Hello, everyone. I'm Chester44, also known as Falai, and welcome to this Let's Play of Pillars of Eternity. Last episode, we went and took a look in the southern region of First Fires. There wasn't much in the Valian Embassy, and the Shrine to Wotica was destroyed, although we know where there's another entrance. And we went and looked around the Crucible Keep a bit. Got a quest there and took care of another one. Now I think we can go try and take care of this quest, which involves going in here and getting some information out of the Scriveners. They're trying to effectively make, patrolling guards and the like, or something like that.
Welcome.
I'm looking for Viana. I like Viana. She's always talking about metal men. It is strange, since I'm pretty sure she doesn't eat snowcap. I don't talk about metal men either, and I do eat snowcap. Huh. Anyway, she's not here right now. Flew away to Andra's gift to meet her friend Bessia. No. Clesia. Yes, Clesia. Clesia is the friend she's gone to meet. In Andra's gift. In a house, not a boat. North house. Empty house. Andra's gift has a lot of boats. We should go rowing sometime. He beams at you and nods his head. Okay, well, I was gonna go to Andra's gift next anyway, so to Andra's gift. We've got a couple quests in there to deal with now, it seems. So, perfectly fair. Let's head there immediately. Right, just gotta go through this gate. And to Andra's gift. We do have a quest in Heritage Hill, but we'll handle that later. It's probably going to be a full area thing. A lot of fighting. And here we are in Andra's gift. Let's see what we've got. Okay, so abandoned house, Kolfek's house, Ada's house, abandoned house, Heritage Hill, Ramshackle house, Valian Trading Company, and the Salty Mast. Well, the Salty Mast is someplace we need to investigate, so let's see. How am I going to head around here? I could just head along, do all of these, which heads over to here. Oh, and that's the lighthouse, which I guess we'll take care of afterwards. Jeez, there's a lot of Adra rocks here. Anyway, we've got this area down here. That area is kind of like flooded and everything. Can't really do anything there. Is there something here? There's a spirit in the water. Interesting. Looks like there's also an area down here that we might be able to walk around in a bit. But, let's see. I'm tempted to start with the Salty Mast. And then come back up afterwards. Then again, that goes down in there. All right, let's go through the northwest area. Hello, Aliberti. Oh wait, I think there's something I can loot here. There is. Please loot it. And thank you. The grimy windows have been papered over from the inside. Let's take a look in here. Oh boy. It's abandoned but filled with addicts. A dozen tiny somethings squirm within the pot of rice. What are you doing here? This is our place. Alright, we'll leave you addicts alone. That's a little worrying. Okay, what have we got next? Anything of note in here? Kolfek. The knob on the underside suggests that the table was fashioned from a derelict door. The slightest pressure causes it to wobble atop the barrels. Let's see here. A youngish elven man squints at you in surprise. You can't just barge into somebody's home like this. Who do you think you are? Who are you? The elf who lives here. Now get out! What now? Okay. Clearly we don't have anything to do with you right now. Let's keep looking around. You weren't even at the door when we heard the wailing. Turned and ran without looking back. Huh, I heard about that. Did you tell Naya you quit? No. Okay. With its crooked and missing shingles, the roof resembles a prize fighter's gap-toothed smile. That is a poetic description. Wow. Oh, that's a statue to Magrin. Okay. I see. Because what she's holding, the fire would be lit if we found the fire in the center place. Okay, let's see what we got in here. Can't take those camping supplies. Few things to take there. As you enter the room, you see several figures huddled together. They stand at attention, armed, but not in matched gear like the Crucible Knights. At the center of the group, one woman looms over another, holding a flail. She snarls at the cowering figure. You've got pages of research here. You expect me to believe that this was just your scratch work? It's nothing, I promise. Just my notes. You hear a painful smack as the woman backhands her captive. We know you were meeting with the Crucible Knights. You think they're the only ones with power in the city? They call us the Dozens for a reason. Now I won't ask you again. At a nudge from one of her men, the woman turns and sees you watching. Her eyes narrow. You shouldn't be here. What's going on here? She tightens her grip on her flail. Nothing you need to know about. Well, now we're fighting. Alright, get him dead. There we go. And the last one. Why are you not attacking? Oh, because you couldn't get in. Well, they're dead. Viana's face is covered in bruises and her eyes are wide with shock and relief. I don't know who you are, but thank you. Rapid, hitching breaths punctuate her words. I was sure they were going to kill me. She wipes a tear from her cheek, wincing as her knuckle grazes a bruise. What just happened here? I thought I was coming here to meet my, friend from the Republics. Looks like I walked into a trap. The Dozens must have been watching me for a while. I'd been working on a special project for the Crucible Knights, and they weren't exactly subtle about contacting me. Tell me about yourself. I studied animancy in Ozia back in the Valian Republics. I came to Defiance Bay to research local advances, but instead of going to Brackenbury Sanitarium, I found a position as a scrivener at the Temple of Whale. I've had access to many rare manuscripts that most animancers never see. Of course, I've had to keep my head down. I've been careful not to let the head librarian or any of my colleagues know what I'm working on. About this project. It deals with a rather rare branch of animancy. No offense, but I probably shouldn't get too specific without Commander Cliver's permission. He commissioned it, after all. And you can see the trouble a little indiscretion has gotten me into. Let's get out of here. She gnaws on a split lip. Commander Cliver of the Crucible Knights is waiting on my research. Not that you haven't already done a lot for me, but maybe you could take it to him? I'd kept it with me to prevent it from falling into the wrong hands, but you can see how well that worked out. She nods at Dodwina's corpse. She took it from me when I arrived. Anyhow, don't wait on me. I can make my own way out of here. Alright. And we've got a fine flail and Aru Breaker. This actually looks pretty good. Not as good as a Brigandine. And there's Viana's research. These pages contain Viana's research on Anguithan techniques for imbuing matter with essence. She appears to have developed a method based on her studies of animats. On the first page is a note to someone in Dunstan. Okay. Give Viana's research to Dunstan. The water in the pail is murky with blood, and the rope coiled around the chair feels painfully scratchy. Let me look at this. Aru Breaker. This robust brigandine has been repeatedly reinforced by the Adiran adventurer who once owned it. Thickly padded, the armor was dubbed Aru Breaker, Arrow Breaker. It served the adventurer well until her fame and fortune made her grow complacent, and she allowed an opponent to get too close. While Arrowbreaker protected her from projectiles, it didn't provide the same protection against a mace to the side of the head. Extra move speed and deflection against ranged attacks. It's a little less DR, but I can make it fine in order to improve that. You know what? I think I like it. We'll wear this instead. Oh, that looks fancy. Very fancy, I must say. Is it possible to hide this? There must be a way. Appearance. Oh, that's that. No. Is there a way to hide the helm so that her nice fiery hair is on display? Because I'd like that. If anyone knows a way, please let me know. Alright. Let's get out of here. Mission accomplished. And, Aloth has managed to do some damage in 2 fights so far, which is good. Very, very good. Let me just... I'm just curious. How much have you done? 39. Not much. Okay. Well, you'll keep practicing. Eventually, it'll get better. Okay. Anything else to look at here? Okay, so we've got basically 2 other areas. We've got this area over here, and we've also got this area over here. Well, there is Ada's house over there, which isn't that one of the areas we have a quest for? Possibly. We'll take a look down in this area later. Let's take a look down this way. More refugees. Let's see who Ada is. Let's see. Are you here about my boy? A quiet, motionless shape is swaddled beneath filthy rags and moth-eaten towels. A pale green fuzz has colonized one of the lobes. The woman looks like she hasn't slept in days. Her hair is a rat's nest of tangles, and her eyes are lined with shadows. She casts an anxious glance at the door. Her eyes widen somewhere between hope and apprehension. Are you here about Darren? Who? My boy, Darren. His father, Wade, took him fishing 2 days ago, and I haven't seen either of them since. The neighbors are no help, and the city watch hardly bothers with the gift these days. I'd be out on the docks and looking myself, but I can't leave the baby. Her eyes wander to a crib, and she lowers her voice. I don't dare take a hollowborn out, what with the violence near the brothel. You have a hollowborn baby. The answer is etched plainly on her face. Widewind's legacy is as potent in Defiance Bay as anywhere. People are scared, and they're looking for someone to blame, whether it's those women at the brothel or the families of these poor babes. Might be nice if a god or two stepped in and set people straight. But maybe that's just me. I don't approve of what goes on at Maya's place, but these attacks won't earn us the god's mercy, and it's only made it harder to earn a living. Tell me more about their disappearance. What do you want to know? Tell me about Darren. The ghost of a smile flickers across her lips. He's a brave lad, if a little too bold for his own good, but he's always been a dutiful son and a gentle brother. He's got dark hair, quick eyes, and a ready smile. When you find him, you'll recognize him in a heartbeat, I'm sure of it. Tell me about Wade. She scowls and brushes a greasy strand of hair from her face. Sometimes I don't know whether to rejoice or rue that he comes home as often as he does. He spends most of his time and all of our money drinking at the brothel. Has ever since. Her gaze returns to the silent cradle. Where did you see them last? Wade was taking Darren fishing at the docks. That was 2 days ago. I have no more questions. Okay. I'll be back if I find anything. Ada closes her tired eyes, likely for the first time in 2 days. I don't know how to thank you. I don't have much to spare these days, but Andra bless you for anything you can do. Alright. Missing people, that's definitely something we can try to work on. For now, let's keep looking. Starting to get dark. And courtesan. And this is a salty mast, which is probably... It's one place where we can check. Kerned. A hooded figure leans against a wall. When he notices you draw near, he stands upright and raises his hand to halt your approach. If you know the words, speak them and we can do business. If not, then we are done speaking. Ich nibion eild feon. I apologize for the unpleasantries. I am Kerned, the midnight merchant, as some would say. I deal in sensitive commodities. Precautions must be taken. Now let us do business. I don't remember where I gained that ability to do that, but this is where we can buy gems, which I believe are used for certain upgrades. But thank you. Let's keep going around. Grab his purse and go. Uh-oh. That doesn't look good. A noble. This man's fancy clothes are ripped and blood flows from a fresh cut above his eye. He tries to push himself up, but his arm is shaking. He winces painfully. Help him up. Thank you. Oh, my head. What happened? He carefully dabs at his bloody nose with a silk handkerchief. I was just on my way to the club. He slowly stretches out one leg, grimacing at his straight knee. It's a rough part of town, but the rabble has never been violent. Even a night with a collie isn't worth this. He limps away. Well, that's a little bit worrying. They probably got away by the time we go over to them. The tide's in. If you're wanting to get down to the shoreline, you'll have to wait until daylight. Oh! Oh, I see. So the tide goes in and out with the time of day. Might not be a bad idea to rest until daytime. The salty mast. Well, we may as well take a look in here. We still have 10 minutes or so.
Nothing like this in Gilded Vale. Just Wallaroo of the milkmaid. She knew what she was doing.
Overfried cod, watered ale, and prostitution. A bastion of Deerwood and culture.
I hope you aren't expecting to find the leaden key in here.
No,
Visit
but
new lands, see the sights. I do love travel.
Now to find a home for my other staff.
Durans, with all your talk about your goddess being a whore, Actually, you know what? I'm not surprised at all that you made that joke.
Welcome.
The Almawa woman watches you suspiciously. One hand is tensed at her side, but as you approach, she relaxes and gives you a friendly, if weary, smile. I don't see many outfitted like you who aren't looking for trouble. You aren't looking for trouble, are you? What kind of trouble are you having? A frown ripples across her blue facial markings. The kind that's bad for business. Local rowdies have taken to harassing my hard-working boys and girls, and our customers. They started showing up after this rash of Hollowborn, and they've been driving my regulars away. She looks you up and down, scratching her chin. There aren't too many who care about what happens in places like the Gift, but word is you're an exception. The knights are too busy sniffing around Duke Avar to bother with us commoners, and I'd just as soon not deal with their bureaucracy anyway. Tell me how I can help. Maya draws you closer. These thugs tend to roam in groups, which suggests to me that these aren't random incidents. She places one large finger on your chest. You put a stop to these attacks, and I'll find a real nice way to thank you. Got me? I'd rather just go chat up that guard with the wide hips personally, but we ought to stop her people from getting thrashed at least. I've got questions. Shoot. What do you know about these attacks? She waves her hand at the door. You only have to step outside to see it for yourself. Those thugs out there are just waiting to cause trouble for anyone coming or going. Maybe they would have to let you pass, however. Tell me more about your business. She rubs the back of her neck. It's not doing as well as I'd like with all this trouble. I run an honest enterprise, just trying to give folks a little rest and relaxation. You help me out and I'll see about getting you a special discount. Can I ask you about something else? A knowing grin wraps her blue markings. Now, just what can I do for a comely lass like yourself? Tell me about this place. I thought that was clear as the crystal waters below the docks. This here is the Salty Mast, the most famous house of pleasure in Defiance Bay. We've got drinks, beds, and good company to help you enjoy both. Of course, the club for refined and prestigious gentlemen is upstairs. You'll find several of the hardest working boys and girls in Defiance Bay up there, too. Is there someone here named Cyril? You must be new in town, dearie. She's only the most sought-after girl in the district. You want to spend time with her, just ask. She's 1,000 for the night, but she's worth every pound. Or so they tell me. Fancy a go with her? Best money you can spend in the gift. Maybe another time. That's what everyone says at first. I want to order refreshments. Okay, so this is basically an inn. Fair enough. We can rest here. Broad Beam for 1 dexterity and perception, or Shiny Pearl for 1 con to athletics. Okay. Big Dermsy. The Orland man seems to walk with a slight limp. He doesn't say anything, but he stops and regards you with interest. What's wrong with your leg? He just laughs and shakes his head. How much? Dermsy looks you up and down, and he holds up 5 fingers. Not interested. I'm just asking to get information. Let's see. Rolled bills and receipts show amounts paid to Maya's staff, as well as her expenses for ale, fish, and new linens. Of course she'd need new linens. Why wouldn't she? Let's see. Half-finished tankards of ale and bottles of wine leave rings on the bar. Scattered plates hold fish bones and grease.
Hello.
She leans on the bar, her black-painted nails tapping the wood. What'll it be? What can you tell me about this place? She arches an eyebrow. Every foreign sailor and visiting villager knows about the Salty Mast. It's the most famous brothel in Defiance Bay. You want to know more, just ask Maya. Any of your regulars looking for work? They've got to earn their money somehow. Take a look. Okay. Oh, we found Wade. Wade's eyes are red-rimmed and unfocused. He stares into a filthy mug as if searching for something. He shivers and takes another drink. Perhaps you've had enough to drink. His eyes are filled with shame and self-loathing. What do you want from me? I heard about Darren. Are you okay? Wade turns the mug in his hands. No, not at all. I was taking the boy fishing, and I just wanted to stop on the way for a drink. A quick one. So I told him to wait for me outside. I only meant to stay a few minutes, but by the time I came out, he was gone. And you sit here still? He stares at his mug again and takes a quick drink. I don't know what I'm going to tell Otta. That's no excuse to sit here. Get your ass out there and look for him. You think I haven't tried? I've lived in Andra's Gift all my life, and someone's been missing this long. Wade turns back to his drink and takes a long gulp. So Darren's gone somewhere. Well, that's worrying.
Good day,
Giaffa.
stranger.
Not from around here, are we? The young woman's voice rolls with the saucy cadence of Andra's Gift. You need a local girl to show you the highlights. Lucky for you, I'm one of them. You're a local girl or a highlight? Both gorgeous. What else can you do with that clever tongue of yours? Oh my. And what local attractions would you recommend? I'd rather show than tell. How much? It's 200 for my time and worth every copper. Maybe another time. And Orico. I don't think I spoke with him, did I?
Gods keep you.
Orico catches your eye. A golden hoop dangles from one ear, and his fine-fitted clothes whisper as he glides over to you. Oh, you have me at a loss. How could I afford time with such a magnificent creature? What are you talking about? I'm talking about your magnificent eyes and perfect lips. Truly, it should be a crime for you to ever close them. He runs a finger along a perfectly symmetrical goatee. What can Orico do for you? You tell me. Some things must be experienced to be believed. How much? For an evening that you will remember in your next life, I asked but 300 pans. Not this time. I find it interesting that the pretty woman is 200, the suave gentleman is 300, and the short, one-legged Orlin is 500. I am reminded of a line said by a friend of mine that was referenced in I believe it was a video or something of certain type. The line just being, "You only love me for my stump." Use your imagination, please. I am not going to elaborate. This is a rather graphic declaration of affection for someone named Cyril. There's the chef. Smells of fried fish and oysters hang over the stove. The counter is splattered with grease. And we've got an upstairs. We'll just take a look up there for a moment. Lyrinia.
Pale and well met.
The dwarven maid raises the hem of her skirt to show you a well-muscled leg. You have never experienced anything like this before, trust me. What do you mean? Why, I could climb a tall thing like you all night. She slaps a smooth, firm thigh. How much? That's 600 coppers for a night that will knock the good sense out of you. Not right now. Astoundingly, there's no spare change between these cushions.
Greetings.
The pale elf's gold eyes are the color of a winter sunset. She touches your cheek with a cool hand. You look like you've journeyed far. Let me show you comfort and rest. Tell me about yourself. I came to Defiance Bay from the frozen lands at the southern end of the world. Few of my people venture this far north, but none know how to warm a cold night like we do. Her skin seems to glow in the darkened bar. How much? Her thin lips curl upwards. Just 500 pans to experience the most secret of the southern arts. No thanks. A game of Dunred Draw seems to have ended abruptly with scattered cards and black sawn pipes.
Gods keep you.
The elf's long hair frames high cheekbones and a long, slender nose. It's not every day that the club gets such a breath of fresh air. Who are you? I'm a native to the Deerwood and an expert in the subtle arts. If it's practice, skill, and finesse you seek, look no further. He wraps his tapered fingers around a wine goblet. How much? Only 600 pans for my daily bread whilst you and I feast on love. No, thank you. You'll have to show me proof of a membership before I can let you in. Ah, the special lounge. Okay, nothing there. Up close, these look more comfortable than one might expect. If you want to see Cyril, talk to Maya. Well, we will need to. I think what we'll do is we'll see if we can do something for Maya first, and then maybe we'll get a discount so that we can see Cyril and deal with the thing we need to do for that other person. But we're going to do that in the next episode, because this one's gone on long enough. Next episode, we'll see what else we can do here in Andra's gift. And it looks like we'll need to do some more investigating elsewhere. But that'll be in the next episode. So until then, I am Chester44, also known as Falai. That is Laniara, Adair, Dorrance, Aloth, Kana, and Sagani. This has been a Let's Play of Pillars of Eternity. And I shall see you all next time.